this show, which appears very inspiring. Give them a big applause. Thank you. I heard a word right now, attitude, changing the attitude of life. I have not been able to actually think of a very, very precise title for my presentation. I don't even think it's a presentation or a talk. Most of the time that I'm going to be here with you in the next 15, 17 minutes, I'm just going to be talking about the preface, which I'll not talk. I invite you to read what comes there, and then, very, very briefly, we'll touch the topic that we are trying to talk. Before we go there, I request you all to take about 10-15 seconds, pull out your mobile phones and keep them on silent and switch them off. And kindly keep them that way, respecting all the speakers in the audience. Let's not knock people away. Guess we are all silent, is that right? Great. Nothing too much to talk, as I said. Let's just walk through the preface for the next few moments. Who are you? Don't try and tell your name. That's just your name. Who are you? Think about it. Who are you? Any disagreement? That's me, but that's my body. That's me, that's my hand. That's my shirt. Who am I? It's distracting. Can we just restrict the movements? A lot of movement here. Can somebody organize lesser distraction? We. This is our body and everything we have is ours. So whatever we are cannot be the same as what is ours. These are two distinct things. So who are you? Who are you? What's your identity? Where is you? Trying to think. There are those three quintessential questions. Who am I? Where am I? Where am I going? If you don't know the answer to the first one, obviously you can't go to the second and third question. You're somewhere in an abyss, lost, we don't know who we are. Why? So we grow up, we go out of college, find a mate, get married. Why? Just because everyone does? Is that a good enough reason to do something? There's going to be an echo in the light. What is the speed of darkness? How fast does it come? How fast does it go away? Ever thought about it? What is the fastest moving thing in the world? Much, much faster than a rocket. Tremendous power must be required to move anything faster than a rocket. Very fast. And each one of us have it. What about it? Who created the universe? Something, someone. Who created that something, someone? Which eventually created the universe. Question it? All of us claim to have a scientific temperament. A scientist is not someone who has all the answers. A scientist is someone who asks all the questions. This is sheer physics. Nothing comes from nowhere. There has to be somewhere, some place from where everything comes. And there has to be some place to which everything goes. Where? It's all created in our mind. The entire universe. It all starts with you. It all is managed by you, run by you. Any doubts? Think. You will realize that's exactly what it is. Think about it. Mind is doing all the things. Right? Isn't it? quite literally, the body gets driven by the thoughts. Half of the people who get heart attacks can actually be worried in the mind. Problem is, we don't know who we are. Where is the exact situation where we know something else, somebody else, and something as powerful as mine? There is a big gap. With this preface, let me come straight to the point. Imagine this is a kind of a simulation. So, imagine a situation where there is a chariot with 5 horses. So, this is how it goes. We have 5 senses, which are represented here by 5 horses. They are the ones pulling us forward, backward, making us go haywire, whatever happens. This is mind, the reins, the naked. That's the mind. So I thought I had a promise, no music. So that's the reins. The driver is the intellect. And that's the chariot is, imagine for a moment, is us, we, the I that we were searching for. And the road is paved with sensual joys. And these horses, each one of them, the 5 senses we have, are more focused on the joy. If we let mind take charge and give its feedback to the intellect, we move towards joy. We'll come to that a little later. Actually, mind is a focal point where the inputs from all the 5 senses are focused, eventually. Imagine yourself closed in a dark room. Now, you're not having any senses working. You can't see, you can't hear anything, it's silent. Does the mind stop working? Now, through the same senses, the mind goes out rather than inputs coming in from there. So you think, yesterday I ate that, how tasty was that? And suddenly you feel that taste in your mouth. Or I heard that music, and you can almost feel the same music. There's nothing like there. Now the mind has gone out through the same senses. But if we make sure that our intellect is in charge, is making sure that the reins are held appropriately, not too tight, not too loose. The intellect works in a very systematic manner, and you are on the intellectual journey. One of those senses, anyone, it can take you over completely and take the chariot wherever it wants. So it makes you chase that one sense, and you lose control of the other senses as well. If you strike a deal between the senses and the mind, you have a tremendous balance of joy. The universe you created before around you, that was a small example. Now you can create a universe the way you want it, exactly the way you want it. It may sound unimaginable, but actually it's true. We can create the universe the way we want it to create for ourselves. Balanced set of chariot, horses, rider. Road is going to remain same. The environment on which we are living is going to remain same. Just that you go much better. Imagine a novice driver driving your car. Imagine a perfect driver driving your car. Imagine the steering wheel well in control, or a steering wheel sometimes going left, sometimes going too right, sometimes not moving at all. As simple as that. It all begins with thought. How did man reach moon? Not by rocket. Rocket was merely a vehicle. The first thing that must have happened to reach moon is a thought. Vehicle must have got created eventually. We create systems, things, to do what we like to do. First of all, you've got to create a thought. Think. Last 3 minutes of my presentation. There are those papers. Can they be passed on to each one? Quickly, please. Please don't open these papers. Keep them as such. You're soon going to have a timer here. So this is a 3 minutes, very simple demonstration. In those 3 minutes, you will see how intellect gets taken over. So please don't open it yet. Wait for the timer to come up. Minute is gone. 2 minutes left. More than half the time is up. Less than a minute now. Half a minute. Okay, we are done. Time is up. It's very, very simple to see how our intellect gets taken over. For most of us here, it was a wonderful demonstration. Please read instruction 3rd. Yeah? Just read instruction 3rd. What does it say? Will someone read it? Anyone, please. do exactly as asked to do in this paper, right? What's the next instruction? Read everything before doing everything. Not many of you read the everything thing. Because if you had, you would have come straight to question number 13. Now this is despite the fact that there was an operations manual here. Life doesn't even come with an operations manual. I hope the point is clear.